So I've got a Telecaster here. This is a Squire Telecaster. I sold these pickups to a guy a while back. I sold 2 sets to some friends, and they put these pickups in, and this pickup has a slight issue that I'm going to work out right fast. So no issues really when you play the guitar. Biggest issue that we have going on is this pickup is extremely microphonic, especially when you're doing something like putting the strap on. You hear that's very loud. You don't really get that on the neck. You don't get any of these same issues, just when the bridge pickup is active. So this is a Telecaster bridge pickup base plate. Let me show you what I think. There's one of two things is going on here. So one possible cause of this noise from the body getting through the pickup and into the amplifier is the base plate moving on the magnets, or having some kind of slight contact where it's bouncing up against it, and that vibration, any vibration from the body, will go through the screw into the base plate, into the magnet, and into the guitar amp. So either that is happening, or we have some windings in here that didn't get fully seated with the wax. So either way, I've got some wax heating up over here, and we're gonna disassemble this guitar right fast and see if we can figure out what's going on with this pickup. And as you can see here, there is a small gap that was created between the base plate and the pickup when it was installed. And I'm almost positive this is what's causing our microphonics. And once I took the screws out, this base plate is basically 100% loose, so I'm pretty confident this is what the problem is. I've had this happen on another pickup that I made as well, and I'm considering solutions for how to prevent this. I put wax under it and everything like that. So let me work out how I'm going to repair this in a permanent manner, and I'll come back when I've got ideas. Whatever I do to this, I've got to extract the pickup, so I'm going to go ahead and do that while I'm thinking. First, I'm going to clean this up a little bit, get my hot air soldering station and soften this wax and see if I can clean it off of there. So I really want to avoid something like epoxy and super glue. I don't really like the idea of using either one of those on the pickup. One thing that I am noticing is this is extremely smooth. So I think if I rough this up with some 80 grit sandpaper or maybe some 120 grit sandpaper, that will give the wax a lot more area to bite. And When the wax hardens, it'll be hardened into all those scratches, and it should hold this base plate in place much better. So now you can see that there are hundreds of little scratches on the bottom of this base plate. The wax should be able to get inside, and that will be hundreds of little areas for the wax to harden and grab onto this base plate and hold it onto the bobbin of the pickup. I have also sanded the bobbin of the pickup lightly, although the wax tends to penetrate this material pretty readily, so I think this area, this side of the equation should be just fine. I think the wax will hold over here. I'm going to do just a couple of marks also with some 80 grit, just to make sure that I've got some good ridges for that wax to hang on to. Take just a little bottle cap full of wax. Use a spoon, use whatever. I'm going to use this little plastic bottle cap to get some wax over onto this pickup. Base plate, like I said, has been heated. I just reheated it just a second ago. The magnets really want to hold it in place very well. I don't have it so hot that the magnets will be damaged. Now I'm just going to take a couple clamps, one on each side. The heat from that wax messed with my signature there. A little bit of extra wax coming through, that's perfectly fine. That looks to me like that is a much better bond than before. So I'll just give this, I don't know, 20 to 30 minutes to cool down, and I suspect this is going to fix our problem. Okay, I took a moment to clear the wax out of the screw holes. This feels rock solid to me. Let's get it back in the bridge. And even with the screws installed, it's nice and tight up to the base plate of the pickup. The base plate and the bobbin are tied up against one another, I should say. And I think that's going to prevent any movement. Let's see if this fix worked. Okay, so for the moment of truth here, here's the neck pickup, activated, not hearing it through the strap button like we were before. Now the bridge pickup, hearing it there, not hearing it through the strap button. So I'm very pleased with that. In the future, I think what I'll do when I make these Telecaster bridge pickups is I will definitely rough up this surface and give more of a contact area for that wax to grab onto. I think the problem is that this is just too slippery, too smooth, and it just literally just popped off. So yeah, lesson learned on my part. In the future, that's how I'll be making these Telecaster bridge pickups. And yeah, I'm happy this was a really relatively quick and easy fix. And didn't have to do something like rewind this pickup, which would have been a nightmare. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. For those curious about the 78 tele, I'm going to start work on it this week. I had a conversation with the owner, and he does want to do the full refret, and he wants to rewind that neck pickup. So you will be seeing some pickup rewinding probably coming pretty soon. I think I'm going to do that before I do the fret job on that 78. Alright, I've got in some fresh strings on here. Get the pickup back at the right height, made sure his intonation was good on the couple saddles I had to move. It's ready to go.